Imagine stepping back in time thousands of years ago. The air is crisp and cool. The sunlight filters through ancient forests. You are in the last ice age. A magnificent creature emerges from the trees. Towering above you with antlers that span wider than a man's height stands the Irish elk. This is no ordinary deer. The Irish elk, Megaloceros giganteus, was a giant among herbivores. It roamed the Pleistocene epoch, captivating the imagination ever since its discovery. Join me as we journey back through time to rediscover the incredible Irish elk. The Irish elk wasn't actually an elk, nor was it confined to Ireland. This magnificent animal was a deer, the largest deer species ever to have lived. Its name is a bit of a misnomer, a result of early discoveries and limited understanding. The most striking feature of the Irish elk was its enormous antlers. These massive structures made of bone could reach up to 12 feet wide. Imagine the strength and grace required to carry such a crown. These antlers weren't just for show. They played a crucial role in attracting mates and asserting dominance. Despite their size, Irish elk were remarkably adaptable. To stand before an Irish elk was to stand in the presence of true grandeur. These animals were giants, dwarfing even the largest deer alive today. Imagine a creature standing nearly 7 feet tall at the shoulder. Their bodies were massive and powerfully built, weighing in at over 1,500 pounds. Their legs were long and slender, perfectly adapted for traversing the varied terrain of their world. They were built for both speed and endurance, capable of outrunning predators and migrating long distances. Despite their size, Irish elk were surprisingly graceful. Their coat, likely a shade of reddish-brown, provided camouflage in the dappled light of the forests. Through their fossils, we can still catch a glimpse of their awe-inspiring presence. The most captivating feature of the Irish elk was undoubtedly its antlers. These weren't just antlers, they were enormous branching structures that crowned the heads of the males. Imagine antlers spanning up to 12 feet from tip to tip, wider than a small car is long. As the antlers reached their full size, the velvet would shed, revealing the bony structure beneath. Males used their impressive headgear for display, intimidating rivals and attracting mates. The larger and more elaborate the antlers, the more impressive the male. While they undoubtedly contributed to the Irish elk's success, they also made them vulnerable. The sheer size of the antlers could be a hindrance in dense forests or when fleeing predators. The Irish elk, despite its name, was not confined to Ireland. These majestic creatures were widespread across Europe and Asia during the Pleistocene epoch. Their range stretched from the Emerald Isle to Siberia, encompassing a diverse range of habitats. They preferred open woodlands and grasslands, where their large antlers wouldn't be a hindrance. These areas provided ample grazing opportunities, allowing the Irish elk to sustain their massive size. They were well adapted to cold climates, their thick coats providing insulation during harsh winters. These discoveries paint a picture of a creature that was adaptable and resilient. Imagine the Irish elk, a creature of immense size and strength, moving gracefully through the ancient landscape. Despite their imposing stature, these gentle giants were herbivores, their days spent in pursuit of the sustenance that fueled their massive forms. Their diet consisted mainly of grasses, herbs, and shrubs, the bounty of the Pleistocene landscape. They were grazers, much like modern-day cattle, using their large, flat teeth to grind down tough plant matter. Their long necks allowed them to reach high into the branches of trees, accessing foliage that other herbivores couldn't. Their massive size was an advantage, allowing them to consume vast quantities of food to meet their energy needs. Their grazing habits influenced the distribution of plant species, playing a crucial role in the ecosystem. They were prey to large carnivores of the time, such as cave lions and wolves. Their story is a reminder that even the largest creatures are dependent on the delicate balance of nature. The sun rises over a landscape painted in shades of green and brown, casting long shadows from the towering trees. The Irish elk stirs, a majestic silhouette against the dawning sky. A new day begins, a day much like countless others in the life of this Pleistocene giant. The herd, a mix of females and young, follows a well-worn path to a watering hole. The air resonates with the sound of their hooves against the ground, a rhythmic beat that echoes through the forest. The males, their massive antlers held high, are watchful, ever vigilant for signs of danger. Days were spent grazing in open meadows and woodlands, their powerful legs carrying them effortlessly across the terrain. The young calves, their legs still wobbly, frolicked under the watchful eyes of their mothers. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the land, the herd seeks shelter for the night. As the seasons changed, so too did the behavior of the Irish elk. The arrival of autumn heralded the start of the rut, a time of intense competition and breathtaking displays of power. The males, their antlers now fully grown and polished, became rivals for the attention of the females. The air crackled with tension as the males sized each other up, their massive antlers, symbols of strength and virility, almost touching. The ground trembled beneath their weight as they clashed, the sound echoing through the forest, a primal symphony of antler against antler. These were not battles to the death, but rather contests of strength and endurance. The victor, often the larger and more powerful male, would earn the right to mate with the females in the herd. The rut was a crucial period in the life cycle of the Irish elk, a time when the strongest males passed on their genes to the next generation. The Irish elk, once a majestic presence across the Pleistocene landscape, is now a memory etched in bone. Their fossils, scattered across Europe and Asia, are all that remain of these magnificent creatures, silent witnesses to a time long past. Yet their legacy extends far beyond their physical remains. Their fossils have captivated the imagination of scientists and the public alike, sparking debate and fueling research into their lives in extinction. They offer a glimpse into the past, a window into a world shaped by different forces, a world where giants roamed. Their story is a reminder of the power of nature, both to create and to destroy. The Irish elk, despite their size and strength, were not immune to the forces that shape life on Earth. Their legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of understanding our planet's history and the forces that have shaped its biodiversity. The Irish elk, despite its name, did not simply appear overnight with its crown of magnificent antlers. Its story is one of gradual change, a testament to the power of evolution unfolding over millions of years. Imagine, if you will, a time long before the Ice Age, when the ancestors of the Irish elk were far smaller, their antlers but humble protrusions. Over time, through a process of natural selection, these early deer gradually increased in size. Their antlers, initially small and simple, evolved alongside them, becoming larger and more elaborate with each passing generation. This transformation was not random. It was driven by the forces of survival and reproduction. Larger size provided an advantage in a world populated by formidable predators. The Irish elk's journey to grandeur was a long and arduous one, a story written in the very fabric of their being. The Irish elk, though unique in its grandeur, was not alone in its evolutionary journey. It belonged to a family of deer known as the cervids, a diverse group that includes modern-day deer, elk, and moose. Their family tree, etched in stone and meticulously pieced together by paleontologists, reveals a fascinating tapestry of relationships and adaptations. By studying fossilized bones and teeth, scientists have traced the Irish elk's lineage, uncovering a web of interconnected species that evolved over millions of years. They have discovered that the Irish elk shared a common ancestor with fallow deer, a species found in Europe and Asia today. These studies have also revealed that the Irish elk was not a direct ancestor of any living deer species. Their extinction, while tragic, provides valuable insights into the dynamics of evolution and the factors that can lead to the demise of even the most successful species. The world inhabited by the Irish elk was far from static. The Pleistocene epoch, a period marked by dramatic fluctuations in climate, presented both challenges and opportunities for life on Earth. Glaciers advanced and retreated, shaping the landscape and influencing the distribution of plants and animals. The Irish elk, despite its size, proved to be remarkably adaptable to these changing conditions. During periods of glacial advance, when vast ice sheets covered much of northern Europe and Asia, the Irish elk sought refuge in southern regions where the climate was milder. Fossil evidence suggests that they migrated southwards, following the retreating ice sheets as the climate warmed. Their adaptability is further evidenced by their wide geographic range. Their ability to exploit different food sources and tolerate a range of climatic conditions contributed to their success. The Irish elk's antlers, those magnificent structures that crowned the heads of the males, were a paradox, a testament to both the beauty and the burden of natural selection. While their size and complexity undoubtedly played a role in their evolutionary success, they also came at a cost. The sheer size of the antlers, reaching up to 12 feet in width, required a significant investment of energy and resources to grow. Each year, the males would shed their antlers and grow a new set, a process that placed a considerable strain on their bodies. The antlers, while impressive, also posed physical challenges. Their size and weight would have made it difficult to move through dense forests or to escape from predators. The Irish elk's antlers, a symbol of their grandeur, also served as a reminder of the delicate balance between adaptation and constraint. Section 5. The Twilight of Giants. Unveiling the Enigma. The Irish elk vanished from the earth approximately 11,000 years ago. Their disappearance remains a mystery, captivating scientists for centuries. Theories suggest climate change and human impact contributed to their extinction. As glaciers retreated, vegetation shifted, affecting their habitat. Human arrival added pressure on already struggling populations. The Irish elk's extinction teaches us about species vulnerability and environmental change. Section 6. Whispers from the Past. Lessons from Extinction. The Irish elk, though long gone, continues to whisper lessons from the past, reminding us of the delicate balance of nature and the importance of understanding the forces that shape life on Earth. Their story serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the vulnerability of even the most magnificent creatures to environmental change. By studying the Irish elk's extinction, scientists gain valuable insights into the dynamics of past ecosystems and the factors that can lead to the demise of species. These insights are particularly relevant today as we face unprecedented challenges, including climate change, habitat loss, and biodiversity loss. The Irish elk's legacy reminds us that we have a responsibility to protect the incredible diversity of life that exists today. By learning from the past, we can make more informed decisions about conservation efforts, ensuring that the story of the Irish elk serves not as a harbinger of future extinctions, but as a catalyst for positive change. Section 1. The Myth of the Overgrown Antlers. The Irish elk, with its awe-inspiring antlers, has often been portrayed as a victim of its own grandeur. The image of these majestic creatures struggling under the weight of their enormous headgear, unable to navigate the changing landscape, is a compelling one. However, this notion, while dramatic, is not supported by scientific evidence. Yes, the Irish elk's antlers were massive, reaching up to 12 feet in width. It's tempting to imagine these magnificent structures becoming a hindrance as forests thickened and resources dwindled. But to assume that these animals were poorly adapted, or that their antlers directly caused their demise, is an oversimplification. Studies of their bone structure and muscle attachments reveal that the Irish elk were incredibly strong, more than capable of bearing the weight of their antlers. Their bones were thicker and stronger than those of their modern relatives, indicating a robust physique built to handle their impressive headgear. Furthermore, the Irish elk's antlers, like those of modern deer, were shed and regrown annually. This process, while energetically demanding, demonstrates their adaptability. They were not burdened with these massive structures year-round, and their ability to regenerate their antlers annually suggests a remarkable physiological adaptation to their environment. Trapped by progress. Debunking the bog theory. Another misconception surrounding the Irish elk's extinction involves the image of these majestic creatures becoming mired in bogs, their massive antlers trapping them in the soft, peaty ground. This imagery, while evocative, is not supported by the fossil record. While it's true that many Irish elk remains have been discovered in bog environments, this is largely due to the exceptional preservation properties of bogs, not necessarily an indication of their demise. Bogs, with their acidic, oxygen-poor conditions, act as natural time capsules, preserving organic material, including bones, for millennia. The idea that their antlers would have been a significant hindrance in boggy terrain is also questionable. Irish elk, like modern deer, were agile creatures, capable of navigating a variety of environments. Their long legs and powerful muscles would have allowed them to traverse soft ground, and their antlers, while large, were not solid bone, but rather a network of bony material with spaces in between, making them lighter than they appear. The bog theory, while visually compelling, fails to account for the Irish elk's adaptability and the ecological realities of bog environments. Their extinction, a complex puzzle, cannot be solely attributed to their supposed susceptibility to becoming trapped in bogs. Irish elk versus giant moose, separated by time and taxonomy. The Irish elk, with its majestic antlers, is often confused with the giant moose of North America. Both shared the Pleistocene landscape but were distinct species separated by time and geography. The giant moose, Cervalcis scotti, roamed North America, while the Irish elk lived in Europe and Asia. The giant moose was more closely related to modern moose. Their antlers differed, with the giant moose having a broader palmate design. The Irish elk was actually a giant deer, belonging to the genus Megaloceros. Its closest living relative is the fallow deer. Both were magnificent creatures with distinct evolutionary paths and unique ecological contexts. A legacy forged in bone, not stone, setting the record straight. One final misconception surrounding the Irish elk involves the notion that they were contemporaneous with early humans, their images etched onto cave walls alongside mammoths and woolly rhinoceroses. This romantic notion, while appealing, is not supported by archaeological evidence. The Irish elk went extinct approximately 11,000 years ago, towards the end of the last ice age. While humans were present in Europe and Asia during this time, there is no evidence to suggest that they directly interacted with Irish elk, or that these encounters were significant enough to be documented in cave art. The cave paintings of Europe, primarily found in France and Spain, depict animals that were contemporaneous with early humans in those specific regions during a particular time period. The Irish elk, while widespread, may not have overlapped geographically or temporally with the cultures that produced these cave paintings. Furthermore, the absence of Irish elk imagery in cave art does not diminish their significance or their impact on our understanding of the past. Their story is etched in their bones, meticulously unearthed and studied by paleontologists, providing valuable insights into evolution, extinction, and the dynamic history of life on Earth. The enduring allure of the Irish elk. The Irish elk, though extinct, continues to captivate our imagination. Their story reminds us of life's majesty and fragility, giants of their domain, yet vulnerable to change. We've explored their world, marveled at their adaptations, Their legacy extends beyond their massive skeletons. They challenge us to appreciate the web of life. Their extinction reminds us to safeguard biodiversity. By piecing together their existence, we understand evolution. The Irish elk speaks of life's interconnectedness and balance. Their story is a testament to life's enduring power.